At the beginning of the story, we see the lead character, whose name is Sebastian. He is sitting and recording a video on his laptop. During this time, he narrates a story. The story is about a locksmith named Hans Vagner. Hans Vagner was extremely famous in his time and made extraordinary locks. He was highly skilled at crafting locks for wealthy people's mansions. But one day, a terrible accident claimed the lives of his wife and daughter. After this incident, he became deeply sorrowful and devastated. To forget his grief, he immersed himself entirely in his work. He then created 4 enormous chests that could not be opened by any means. Whether someone tried to use a gas cutter or even a nuclear bomb, it was impossible to open these chests. And if anyone tried to force them open from the outside, they would automatically lock themselves, and everything inside would burn. The names of these 4 enormous chests were Gold, the Valkyrie, Siegfried, and the Twilight of the Gods. Each contained a story hidden inside. If someone could understand the story correctly and crack it, only then could the chest be opened. But this was extremely difficult. Even after creating all this, his grief did not lessen. Eventually, he began contemplating ending his own life. After that, he locked himself inside one of the chests, and that chest was called Twilight of the Gods. After he disappeared, many people tried to find him. They also tried to open the chest, but it was so powerful that no one could unlock it. In the end, the chest was thrown into the sea. But to this day, no one has been able to locate where it was thrown. After finishing the story, Sebastian uploads the video. However, his YouTube videos receive no views or likes, which begins to make him a little discouraged. Returning to the main line of the story, he goes to the bank where he works. There, a woman shouts, "I come here every day, and yet my work never gets done. Today, it absolutely must be completed." At that moment, Sebastian learns from the news that a zombie virus has spread, infecting many people. In this situation, even the woman starts to seem like a zombie to him. Scared, he gives her a check, and she leaves. But someone was keeping an eye on her. The next day, he goes back to the bank. During lunch, he checks his YouTube channel and notices a view and a comment. The comment reads, "If you want to show your talent, come to this place and tell this password when you get there." Seeing this, he becomes very excited and immediately sets off for that place. When he arrives, he tells the password to the guard standing outside, and the guard lets him in. Inside, a competition is underway. Whoever can open the chest first will win. The first round then begins. And this is how the excitement of the story begins. Everyone around Sebastian then starts trying to open their chests. At that moment, Sebastian shows his skill and, in just 1 minute, finds the solution and opens his chest. In the first round of this game, 4 participants manage to open their chests within the allotted time. These 4 move on to the next round. In the next round, chests even more difficult than the previous ones are brought in. This time, everyone uses their maximum skill to try to open the chests. In the end, Sebastian wins again. As a result, only 2 participants remain for the final round, and they are given just 3 minutes. This final chest is much larger and far more difficult than the previous 2. Here, the competitors try to open the chest by examining it, but Sebastian simply sits, feeling it with his hands. Others, astonished, ask, "What is he doing?" This time, it seems like he is about to lose. Only 20 seconds remain, but then the main character shows his skill once again. In just 8 seconds, he opens the largest chest. His competitor becomes furious and tries to attack him, but the guard stops him. In this way, Sebastian wins, and everyone celebrates his victory. Meanwhile, another lead character appears in the story. His name is Well. Well's past is also shown. From a young age, he was very mischievous. He stole watches from people, robbed banks, and even went to jail multiple times. Although he came from a wealthy family, he enjoyed doing these things. Then, the scene changes. Sebastian is sitting in the bank, drinking coffee. This time, Gwendolyn blocks his way and says, "I need to talk to you." She explains that she has been in the restaurant for about 7 minutes and has already stolen 3 things. However, she wants Sebastian to help her crack a big safe. She is talking about those 3 large chests. She explains that the safes will be transferred from their current locations within 96 hours, and they contain enormous amounts of money. But they don't actually need all the money. They only want to solve the puzzles of Hans Vagner's priceless safes. This immediately grabs Sebastian's attention because he has only read about them in books. He has never seen Hans Vagner's famous chests in real life. In the end, he agrees. Gwendolyn then introduces him to the rest of the team. The team consists of Corinna, who is very smart Rolf, whose driving skills are exceptional Brad, who leads the entire heist operation. Then the full planning begins. Corinna explains that their first target is the Rheingold safe in Paris, which contains about 10 million euros. The second safe is in Prague, holding approximately 40 million euros. The third safe is in Switzerland, containing around 100 million euros. They arrive at the first location for the heist. A guard stands by the door. As Corinna enters, she speaks in French to get the guard's help. She says, "Can you hold my bag?" Taking advantage of this moment, she steals the key to the safe from the guard's pocket. Meanwhile, Sebastian is already inside the bathroom, waiting for instructions. Finally, Corinna makes her entry. Since the bank is in Paris, French is used at the scene. Corinna, being fluent in both English and French, approaches a lady who had deposited some money and was standing outside. Their plan is to waste time, deliberately. Corinna starts speaking in English. "Can you please call someone who can speak English?" The people present don't know English. They only understand French. Everyone keeps saying, "I don't know." Then an elderly lady arrives who knows both English and French. Taking advantage of the distraction, Corinna reaches the Rheingold safe. The safe is enormous and incredibly secure. At that exact moment, Sebastian also arrives. First, he touches the safe and feels it, letting the sounds from inside reach him. To increase his concentration, he plays his favorite song. Using his talent and skill, Sebastian finally manages to open the massive Rheingold safe. However, they do not steal all the money. They only fill the bag they brought with them and then leave. By the time the bank authorities realize a robbery has taken place, the thieves are already far away. Dela Cruz tells the other police officers, "We must catch these thieves." Some of the officers respond, "A virus is spreading across the entire country. We need to save our own lives first. And you're talking about catching thieves." There are still 2 safes left, and these thieves will definitely try to open them as well. Meanwhile, the police arrive near the safe, but they haven't actually reached the exact spot, so the scene shifts. Sebastian alone approaches the safe. Many guards are standing in front of but then Gwendolyn shows her skill. She takes down the guards one by one, knocking them to the ground. Everyone is astonished, because no one knew Gwendolyn's fighting skills were so advanced. Meanwhile, Sebastian focuses solely on the safe. He reverts to his old method, feeling the safe with his hands. He plays music, prepares his tools, and deeply analyzes the chest. With complete concentration, he begins solving each puzzle one by one. But a wheel turns the wrong way, creating a serious problem. Corinna asks him, "Can you open this?" He replies, "Stay completely quiet. I need total peace." Now he has only one chance. He uses all his strength, depth, and talent. And in the end, Sebastian manages to open the safe. After the chest is opened, the security red alert system activates, and everyone rushes to catch the thieves. At that moment, Brad makes his entry. All the guards try to catch him, but he accidentally shoots one of the guards, who dies. Then Rolf arrives, primarily responsible for driving. Meanwhile, the rest of the team fills their bags with money. Brad keeps the bag with him, but the others throw him off the car, tricking him, because now they have enough money to survive on. They no longer needed Gwendolyn. However, they knew there was still one more safe left to crack, and only Sebastian's skills could make that possible, so they also stopped working with him. As Gwendolyn walks away, Corinna says, "I still want to work with you. I spent 4 months finding the exact locations of all these safes, understanding the bank's procedures, and breaking their security systems. I can't let all that hard work go to waste like this." We will open the third safe. On one side, we see Sebastian returning home through a subway station. Suddenly, zombie-like visions begin appearing in front of him. He feels as if a zombie is coming to kill him. On the other side, Gwendolyn and Corinna reach him and say, "We've cut ties with those people. We just want to finish the robbery we started." Then the scene shifts to Dela Cruz, who has now reached the location of the final safe. His teammates suggest, "Why don't we inform the casino that a robbery is about to happen? That might give us at least some advantage." But Dela Cruz replies, "No, we'll catch the thieves red-handed." Dela Cruz has several hackers with him, who inform him, "We've just hacked a channel, and we've learned that the thieves will strike exactly at 5 o'clock. Dela Cruz says, then we'll strike at 5 o'clock as well and catch them in the act. At exactly 5 o'clock, Dela Cruz goes inside and speaks with the casino owner, telling him they need to check the safe because a robbery may occur. But the owner says, we transferred that safe from here 1 hour ago. Dela Cruz asks in shock, why did you do that? The owner explains, some police officers came this morning and warned us that a robbery might take place. Out of fear, we moved the money-filled safe to another location. The truck left just an hour ago. The scene then cuts to a flashback from 8 hours earlier. It is revealed that Corinna herself made that phone call. She hacked the security system and impersonated the police to arrange the safe transfer. When the police truck arrived to collect the safe, Sebastian and Gwendolyn took control of the truck, and that is how the massive safe ultimately ends up inside their truck. Gwendolyn is driving, and she says to Sebastian, we don't have much time. We'll have to crack this safe inside a moving truck. This scene is quite interesting. They face many problems along the way. They steal some money and are about to escape. But at that exact moment, Brad and Rolf arrive. Once again, Corinna shows her fighting skills, overpowering both of them and tying them to the truck. An hour later, when the police catch up to the truck, they find Brad and Rolf still tied up there. Sebastian and Gwendolyn escape using the same car Brad and Rolf had arrived in. Their plan is to flee the country by boat. Just then, Dela Cruz arrives. Both sides point their guns at each other. Gwendolyn says, you want to catch a thief, and that thief is me. You can arrest me and take me to the police station if you want, but let the others go. Sebastian had nothing to do with this robbery. Dela Cruz thinks it over. Her words make sense, because to arrest a thief, he needs both the stolen goods and proof caught red-handed, and he has both right here. In the end, Dela Cruz lets everyone go and takes Gwendolyn with him. The two of them board the same boat and leave. On the way, Dela Cruz checks a bag and finds 3 passports, Corinna's, Gwendolyn's, and his own. But this time, his passport shows a new name, Sebastian. In fact, Sebastian's full name was Sebastian Schlenk, a name he never liked. Ever since childhood, he had thought that if he ever changed his name, this is the one he would choose. He also finds tickets to the United States. Neither of them had planned to move to America after the robbery. Sebastian had never had a woman in his life before, but after meeting Gwendolyn, he finds his first love. As the police take Gwendolyn away, Sebastian decides, we were going to move to the US after getting married anyway. For that reason, he decides to go to America. The movie ends here.